Hi team, Mr. Victoria. Looking back at Higher Unit 3, Question 4. Let's have a quick read of this. 25 students in Class A did science exam. 30 students in, 30 students in Class B did the same science exam. The mean mark for the 25 students in Class A is 67.8. The mean mark for the 55 students, that's the total of all of them, is 72. Work out the mean mark for the students in Class B. Okay, now first of all, let's get the total of all the marks scored by these 25 kids in this Class A. So what you need to do here is do, let's just put this highlighted there, so we need to do 25 multiplied by 67.8, which will give you all the marks added together for those 25 kids. Each one scored on average 67, so 67.8 multiplied by 25, that tells me that 25, all the marks added together of those 25 students summed to 1,695 marks. Now similarly, if I get all the marks scored by these 55 students, that's 55 students, and the mean means each student on average scored 72 marks. If I do 55 times 72, I'll get 3,960. Now, if I just want Class B, this is my total class, this is my Class A, this is the total. So if I just want Class B, I must get my total and subtract marks A from it. So my total was 3,960, subtract the 1,695, so the total marks, 1,695 from 3,960 is going to give me 2,265 marks in total. So the marks in total for Class B was 2,265. So the average, the mean mark, don't forget the mean mark, call that, is the sum of all marks in B, Class B, over the total number, the number of children in B, Class B. So the total marks in B was, as we just worked out, 2,265, and the number of children in B, number of students, there were 30 students. So 2,265 shared by 30, we get a mean mark for Class B 75.5. Okay, let's scroll down, clear this. Let's go at question 5. Right. Question 5. So let's just have a look at this. There's the table there. We've got to work out the mode or class interval. We've got to calculate an estimate for the mean. And then we got to draw a frequency polygon table with that information. Okay. So let's just do the first two here. So now, the modal mark is the one with the highest frequency. The highest frequency is here. So class interval that has the highest frequency is when t is between 20 and less than or equal to 24. Now, estimating the mean. Estimating the mean, what we need to first of all do is replace this class intervals by a average of these points, which we call the midpoint. Okay, so here if I put a column for my midpoint, so if I just do line going from here strong over here, getting all this going, we then get into the calculations and set it up in the table. So here's all strong here. Let's get the midpoints. The midpoint between here will be, the easiest way to do it is to add the two endpoints and half it. 12 plus 8 is 20. Half of that is 10. Or you could spot the number which goes in the middle. 14 in this case. In this case, 36 half is 18. Add the square of 44, half of 44 is 22. Add this together, which gives me 52, half that is 26. Okay. So once we've got the midpoint, we know that that is the average temperature. So we know that table gives information about temperatures of in 50 days. 6 days had an average temperature of 10 degrees. So the total temperature, so we call this frequency, I'm going to call that x, and this will be called f of x. Let's just do that in a different color so we don't get confused. So 6 times 10 is 60. So we've got 6 days with 10 degrees average temperature. We've got 8 days with an average temperature of 14. So you just do 8 multiplied by 14, which is going to give me 112. Okay. We've got 13 days with an average temperature of 18. So 13 days with an average temperature of 18, so that's going to give me 234 degrees in total. I've got 21 days with an average temperature of 22 degrees. That's going to give me 462 degrees. And I've got 2 days with an average temperature of 26, and that's going to give me 52 degrees. So this column here is giving me the total temperature in all the days. So if I add all this up, I'm going to get 60, add 112, add 234, add 462, and 52. So that gives me a total of 920. So the total temperature in all those 50 days was 920. So the average temperature is going to be the total temperature sum from all those days divided by 50 days, how many days there are. So just do 920 shared by 50, which will give me 18.4 degrees Celsius in this case. Okay. So that's the average temperature in those days. Now, when we're plotting, so we got these frequency here. The next question is C. We're stroll down. So okay, let's just clear all this. And let's go and plot this. Now, try to get back here. If I can, copy this and get closer to here. Okay, I can line that up. do is, if I can make that a bit smaller. Right, that'd be better. Right, so now we're going to fill this information in this graph and draw a frequency polygon. The information. Now, when we're starting the frequency polygon, what you need to do is, what you need to make sure is when we're plotting it, first of all, we're going to plot the frequency against these points. Now, which value you put them on, we're going to again go for the midpoint of this. So the midpoint here we said was 10. The midpoint for this one was 14. Midpoint here was 18. This one was 22. And this one was 26. So as we're going along, let's plot these points. Let's go for it. So midpoint is going to be 10, and that has a frequency of 6. Now, before we start, two of these are representing a 1 degrees. So if I go into 10, that's going to be 6 here. Midpoint is 14, and that's going to have a frequency of 16. So that's 15. There's 16. Next one, we got 18, and that's going to have a frequency of 13. So there's 10 here. So there's 16. Sorry, no, 18. And that's going to go 11, 12, 13 there. Next point is going to be 22. That's going to have a frequency of 21, so 21 is going to go 22, and we're going 20, so 21 is about here. And then the last one is 26, and we're going up to 2, so that's 1 and 2. All you're going to do now is get your ruler and draw a straight line between these points. Draw one down to here. This is known as a frequency polygon. Okay, don't forget you must plot. You're plotting, and you got a class interval. You must plot in the middle against the frequency height of it. Okay, right, let's just clear this. Scroll down. So quick look at question 6. The scatter graph shows some information about 10 pine cones from the same tree. It shows the length and the width of each pine cone. So straight away, this is a scatter diagram, and as you can see, that looks like a positive correlation. Let's just shrink this slightly. So if we go and put that there. Okay, so 2 questions here. Fairly straightforward. Now it goes here, describe the relationship between the length and the width of the cone. As you can see here, length and width, as one increases, the other one increases. If we were to draw a line the best fit and put it through here, you can see clearly that this will show a positive correlation. So if we go up to here, go there, I will put this right down, describe the relationship between the pine cone. You'll describe it to have a positive correlation. So as a positive correlation. Okay, and if we draw a line and best fit going along here. Going along here, and it goes here. There's another pine tree, Another pine cone from the tree has a length of 8.4 centimeters. Estimate the width. So the length is 8.4. There's 8.5, 8.4 here. We've got a straight line here for the line of best fit. We then use our ruler and draw a straight line that goes up to this and show this in the exam. And if we then use that ruler and go all the way along straight line, you can tell approximation, we just need to estimate 6.3 using our line of best fit. 6.3 centimeters will be a good estimate for the width of the pine tree. Okay, that sounds straightforward. The best thing is to first describe the relationship, then draw a line of best fit and use our line of best fit to estimate any given values that we don't have on this script diagram.